Okay, alright, in this case, I'll tell you on how to work on CSI Detail. The first chance is what I'm gonna do is get into file and open a new detailing. In here, we would like to pick up the ETABS model file, which is the file which you have saved in ETABS. This should be full of concrete design, and you can have shear wall design, or you can have slab design, or either of these three, okay? Get into here first. I know I have saved this file right in here, so I'm gonna pick up this file. You'll have certain warnings based on what file you don't have. Right, in this case, I don't have any sort of shear wall design, so that's popping up as a warning. There is no appearance spandrel result. It's okay, I know that. Right in here, we gotta edit some reinforcement here. So as you remember from my first video that I had only designed the top slab, so currently most of the cells remain blank. Why? Those comes in the third story, second story, or first story. I'm only having the design for slab 4. Okay, that's it. Now same thing in the case of beams. So all of these things are clear, but you know, there's an apply button right in here, so you might think why you need an apply button, as double clicking doesn't help you in editing. Just like RCDC, it's not possible as to double click this file here. You know, I say that RCDC is best software compared to ETABS. You know, you can export this right into Excel by getting into here. You can send the table right into Excel, then you can edit the file and retrieve the table right from Excel. And you know, I don't know why it's not possible to edit anything right from here. Yeah, possible. Okay, then you have to hit on apply button. Okay, that's what the workflow is all about. Columns and all, you can have the same thing, export into Excel and retrieve from Excel if you would like to edit any area of steel here. So that's all about these 3 buttons here. If you have shear wall, you can make use of these buttons right from here. Alright, okay, within all components that you would like to have, you're gonna have beam, column, and frames. And also, right now, I don't need to design all these 4 stories. There is only a design result for my top story, so I just only want to pick up the top story here. And also we got certain preferences here, so in here, right in preferences, we would like to pick up the code. There are only 2 codes, one from India and the other one is for America, so which is great, of course. And okay, right in here, I like to pick up the Indian code as I'm from India. I just want to try to pick up the first code, and also just get into the detailing preferences here. Right in the concrete detailing preferences, these and all are the label types, and these and all are the text side. There is no much thing to explain right in here, which is a beam here, and you got column. These and all ideas will be conveying you how to scale, how to just pick up the size of the asset here, kind of self-explanatory. Steel detailing preferences, same here. Rebar assets will be shown in wood scale. Alright, you know, just want to include the number of bar, which is of course I need it. Include the bar placement, where the designation of the bar, and also you can use the bar spacing. If I use bar spacing, it's not required in section, as so I don't need to take it right in here. Okay, for plan I need the spacing, but I don't need the number in plan. Alright, that's it. Visible in slab section, and right in here I don't need to change any of the other properties. For beams, this one is for elevation and this one is for section. Right in section, I want to include the the bar shape placement. Everything is okay. Right in here also everything is okay. These and all ideas are self-explanatory. You could use the number of legs, show every surface. That's, you know, that makes everything congested. Include number of legs, it's required. And right in columns, you know, all of these things are self-explanatory. Steel preferences, visible in objects. Steel will be visible in all these objects here. And also let's get into rebar rules. You got the smallest size and you got the largest size. Could be maybe 20. And the minimum number of bars. Excessive area is the least percentage of rebar, which is 15% of B into D. So we got to have 15 right in here. Got the spacing of bar. It's restricted up to 300 right from Indian standards. I is 456. This one is for you can say this one is for slab. So slabs will be having up to 8 and 12. Preferring the 8 mm diameter bar. Rebar around opening, and that's okay right in here. Kind of self-explanatory. 8 to that's it. Now let's get into beam. Right in beam, I like to have diameter 8 right in each of these cases. Okay, then in the case of stirrups, the starting is 8 and I'll pick in 12. You got the spacing will be restricted to 300, which is also based on IS 456. Zoning factories. Okay, so we got all these stirrups trial section size, and that's okay right in here. And also you got column. Right in all, I'm not explaining any of these things, which is kind of same in every cases. The spacing will always be restricted right into 300. Okay, that's the case. You have default drawings. I'm not carrying anything. I just don't want my custom drawing here. Okay, everything is clear. Then I can send it right into the software. So we got our drawing here. So it's just a matter of you can get into here and picking up all these things here. Okay, so this is 16 numbers of 8 mm bar, and you got 12 numbers of 8 and 11 numbers of 8. So E and F I'll be explained later on. Okay, now the best thing of CSI detailing, what I seen is you can show in CSI detail viewer, which is maybe a kind of a 3D representation. First I'll show you the rebar, then just hit the magnify button here, and you can see that's orbiting and getting close by. So 3 numbers right at top. The camera is moving. I can see some extra bars are right there. This is not possible in RCDC. Anyway, you take up the time for understanding all these things. Okay, you got the column here. So I think the camera will focus out, and so that is anyways, one more thing, we got to have these slabs right there. So get into slab, and I can just maximize it. So I designed only the top slab, so that's the only reason why I can see the results in top slab. So just take your time. Can't just feel I want to care about you, and one soft way I finally I can feel the way right on top. So you can see that this one can be orbited simply by using the left mouse button. You can zoom in, you can zoom out. All of these options are right there. So you got a couple of, I think it's, you can record it, and you can just, these properties are kind of self-explanatory, and I'm closing this down. I'll talk about that right in a moment. So it's gonna get into the framing plan, which gives you kind of a label for all these beams and column. Not column, just beams. I show you the labels for all these beams here. Now you got the bill of materials, the total volume of concrete. It will be a ratio. I think the ratio is not exceeding 100. This means it's safe. I got a couple of bars right there, but you can see that there is something which I don't want to see, which is 14 bar is not available in Indian market. So I got to change it up. So unlock the detailing, and I would like to change up the bars right in beam. If you happen to see the bars of 14 diameter in column or slab, do the same thing. So you're just gonna get into rebar. I can pick up the rebar selection rule for beam, and that one goes non-seismic. I don't want to have 14 bar, so you can change it right in there. Alright, that's okay. Then what you're gonna do here is run the detailing again. So right now that's safe. We are not having any sort of 14 diameter bar. And also let's get into the section and elevation. So right in story 4, we got the elevation of the beam, so which comes to be 3 numbers of 10 bar, and also 2 numbers of 10 bar. So there are total of 5 numbers. Okay, so let's see the section A. We got 3 numbers of 10 bar and 2 numbers of 10 bar. Okay, so why they are not having a total of 5 numbers of 10 bar, I'll show you that right in the cage view. The 2 numbers of bar is not extending outwards, so they're saying that the profile B is not extending outwards, so they had separately added right there. So I got section A, so just you can interpret right from section A and B. So maybe if you don't want to see the 10 bar, which is it's very much congested, I got to edit this thing right by unlocking, and I'll show you that. Rebar selection rule for beam, and it's non-seismic. So after a couple of editing, all I did is just increase the diameter. So right by cutting the section A, so you can have the number of bar has been decreased. So you might so this is 2 leg stirrups, 8 diameter, right at 150 center to center spacing. So you got the reinforcement profile is right there, which shows whether a section is safe or not. Right in here you can see that the green section is overcoming the gray section in a couple of points. Most of the cases that green section is encapsulating the gray, which is safe. We are 13% over, so which can come to be a safe part. You got bill of material, you got rebar quantities right there, so 12 total length and the weight is given. So you got the cage view is right there. So right in here you can see only 2 bar is extending until a point here. So that's the reason why that they had split up the bars, tool numbers A and tool numbers B. So 2 numbers A and 2 numbers B. So that's the same case for everything, and also it's possible for you to understand what's the case for column. Is get into the elevation. So this one is the column. We can have tool numbers of 275 is the spacing. There are total of 20 numbers of 14 diameter bar. It's hard for me to change it again, so you just want to unlock it, get into here, and I don't know why this is not going anywhere. So you can get into here and you can change this bar. I don't know why I'd already changed it, but still this one is not anywhere updating. That's killing me. I'm not going to change it. Next thing I'll tell you on how to modify or create a new sheet. Right in here I can add a blank drawing sheet here. So that's my sheet. So drawing 3 is my sheet, and also I like to add my custom section right in here, so I can add views to drawing. Before that I can get into detail, and I like to modify my beam here. So that's the asset. Either you can drag the section A, or you can delete the section A. So it's just a matter of selecting the asset and I can delete it, or I can make a new section here. So that's the section C, I think, and you can place it right here. And if I like to add section C to my drawing, what I can do here is you can get into the beam. I got section C's right here. all you can do here is just inspired by Revit, drag and drop. Okay, so that's how you'll be dragging and dropping new asset here. So maybe if you want to have a section, other section, I can drag and drop. We can just place it right there. That's all what you can do. You can, all these options are self-explanatory. You can print the drawing, you can export these drawings. Well, that is all about this CSI detail, and thanks for watching.